natural.
So what was the interview process like?
It was just basically walking in and, you get to put the suit on and you go in and you're watching some films. You talk about the films, what you see, play-by-play for half an inning. Talk about a certain pitcher, his strengths, what the hitter should do, and that was it. It takes it literally about 8 minutes.
Wow, that's really quick.
Well, it is, and I think you do a couple takes to see what's going to happen, and it's just like our pregame. When we do our pregame, we tape it and we work on certain things, and for me, it's to stop talking Canadian and try to get the accent out. So it's there's a lot of different things.
Ooh. That was scary. So is that your biggest challenge? Transitioning into the broadcasting role is your accent?
Well, that's not going to ever change. I think for me was, I've always talked fast. Canadians don't finish their sentences. Instead of say hitting, we say hitting. So it's pronunciations, but they hired me for who I am and it's not going to change. I found the biggest thing was you got to watch your language, what you say, and another thing was when to talk and when not to talk. Which is different.
Now I'm thinking about it.
No, that's good. Now that's the worst thing about ball players do is we think so much.
Right.
Instead of seeing the ball and hitting it.
Okay. How is it criticizing or being critical of some of the guys that you played with? They're your friends. I mean, they're your teammates.
But it's also it's my job and it's their job to go out and perform. And you can criticize people in a good way. You're not going to sit there and bury somebody on TV. It doesn't matter even if I don't know the guy. If they're playing the game right, then I won't make excuses. But it's the time when they're not running the bases or they're, you can just tell they're not really concentrating a whole lot in the outfield or infield or whatever it is. We'll make that point out. But my first year was very hard to go in the locker room and talk to guys and do the interviews. Now it's a piece of cake because that's your job. People want to know what's going on, and to sit down and talk to somebody and to find out how they're feeling. Ryan Howard in spring training, how's his health? And then if Dominic Brown or somebody makes a mistake in the outfield, we'll pick out and break down why he was late getting there. And so to answer your question, no, it's not hard. Because people criticize me about how I broadcast, and broadcasting and when I played, so it's part of the job.
Thanks so much, Matt, for coming out to Everybody Hits.
You're very welcome.